So recently, Rebekah Naomi, a most incredible cake designer abroad, has written a blog post to say that she will be closing the doors on her business that has been running for around 6 years. And I saw this post and I was like, oh gosh! I mean, this woman, I have admired her work for years, and literally I stalk her Facebook page and website all the time and think one day I will make cakes that are that stunning for very, very high-end clients. However, Rebekah has been incredibly honest in this blog post, and it really has put a little fire in my soul to reconsider how I do things. And I thought, well, there's a million other people out there who are also in the same position. And if you read the comments on this blog post, it's so interesting to see how many other decorators are having self-doubt. So I think it's wonderful that she has been so honest. So if you haven't read the blog post, basically Rebekah has confessed that she does work alone, and she has been putting out these incredibly elaborate cakes for years and not been charging enough. And it's all been on the basis, and we are all very guilty of this. We're all guilty of doing this. And it has been on the basis that if I put in a ton of effort and a ton of work into this one cake that I know I should have charged for, if I add an extra flower here, it will make the cake more beautiful. So the client hasn't paid for it, but it will make the cake look stunning. And if that cake goes online and the guests see the cake at the wedding and it's in my portfolio, then the next client who comes along, well, I am sure they are going to pay the full price for that cake. And the matter of the fact is, it just never happened. It never happened for Rebekah. She did keep swaying on her prices and bring them down and down, because when you're very passionate about what you do and you love making cakes, sometimes you just want to make the damn cake. You just want to make it, and you're like, I want to add this here and I want to add that there because the cake's going to look beautiful. And okay, you're not going to pay that much, but I think the cake will look better, so I'm going to put in all that effort. And if you do this constantly and you get into this endless cycle, then eventually you end up being burnt out. You never make enough money, you're not being paid for your time, and your business doesn't make anything. And everything that does come into your business, you just pour back into the business and you put back into marketing and building up this persona that everything's amazing and wonderful. And that's when it results in the day that you go, that's it, I'm done, I'm not enjoying this anymore, and I'm finished. And that's what's happened with Rebekah. Now, she is so talented, and I'm so sad that we're going to lose such an incredible designer in the industry. I really hope that she is going to take some time out and just kind of reassess her business model. Because the thing is, you can make high-end cakes and have high-end clients, but that then means you need to make cakes to a certain budget. So even if they are high-end, you want to find out what is the average that a high-end client will spend on their cake. So how many hundreds or thousands are they going to spend on their cake? What is their maximum? And now in my portfolio, I am only going to have cakes that will hit that mark. They will not exceed that. They will always be within that budget. The thing is, you want to make cakes that sell. You want to make a product that people can purchase, not necessarily art. And there's two things we get really mixed up with is, are we just an artist who absolutely loves the craft and we're just putting work out there because we love the craft and we want to kind of show off what we can do with different mediums? Or are we selling a product to sustain an income, you know, to sustain a certain lifestyle that we aspire to have? I would say that there is a big issue here that we all have as well, of spending more time on Instagram and Facebook and other social platforms admiring other cake designers' work and becoming very foggy in our own business plan and model, because you may see a picture of an incredible cake and it has no imperfections and it's absolutely stunning and like sharp edges, and then it has 1 million likes, and we're automatically in our head looking at that picture saying, look how many likes it has, or look how many couples or brides or grooms must love this cake. And this also goes for celebration cakes too. You know, how many people love this cake, so really I should be making something like that. Now, if we strip it back and look at the actual person, our actual client, first of all, they have a life of their own. So our typical client has a 9-to-5 job, will have many passions. They might like, you know, DIY, home decor, gardening, fashion, traveling. I mean, there's so many things they could be into. And then they might just be planning their wedding, or they might just need a birthday cake for their child. So they'll flick through a few images and they might see a few things on Instagram or Facebook and like and comment and go, that's nice. But then they move on with their life. I mean, it's a few second thing. They see it quickly and then they move on. Yeah, we look and we're looking at those statistics and we're going, oh, they liked that cake, that's amazing. I mean, I should be making something like that. I should be making something that's completely imperfect and grand. But it doesn't necessarily mean because it's got a bit of attention that people are purchasing that product. Because once it comes with the price tag and people realise how much it is, are they buying it? And that's where we need to kind of really clarify who we're selling to and what we're doing. We need to make cakes that sell. We need to make a product that we can put a price tag on that is so reasonable and that we are being paid for our time and the clients can afford the product. If you do want to go into the extremely high-end market, then everything needs to change, and you might have to accept that you are only going to be making those cakes once in a blue moon, and you need something else, another source of income for the day-to-day running of your business and just being able to afford to live, basically. So we've got to stop getting caught up in the glossy images that we're all at fault of putting out there. We are all at fault of putting out cake porn. We're all at fault of adding this pressure to every designer in the industry to exceed expectations with their art and the design of their cakes. And it's wonderful that we are seeing so many talented people, but it's not to say that anyone is making any money. It's not to say that those stunningly elaborate cakes are actually selling. And I think it's very important that anyone who genuinely wants to run a bespoke cake business needs to realise that what they are seeing online and the perception that other designers are putting forward is not always true to say that they are successful. It's not necessarily true that they are doing very well financially and that their business model is working. So what we need to get really clear on is what is the purpose of our business, and let's not get caught up in the glossy images and the personas that maybe other cake decorators are putting forward, because when you get such completely honest posts from other designers as to why they're closing their business, it really makes us all kind of put the brakes on and reassess what we're doing. We are all at risk of being completely burnt out if we don't really think about our business model and think about what it is that we want to achieve and think about what it is that the clients are going to pay for. At the end of the day, it's down to the customer, and they will be the ones who determine what we charge. And if the demand's not there and they're not going to pay those prices, then it doesn't mean bring the price of your product down. It's change the product. Simple as. So yeah, I really hope that this video has kind of been some real, food for thought, excuse the pun. And I'd love to hear your comments, so please post below, let me know what you have to say, let me know what your thoughts are. Like the video please if you do like it, and if you're new here, please subscribe. There'll be more content like this, and of course more cake decorating tutorials to come. So thanks for watching.